Welcome, everyone. You're now tuned into another amazing edition of Sanya On-Air. I'm your host, SanyaHudson Payne. And how do I start off each and every single show? You heard the ding? You guessed it. I have another great show for you. Coming up in just a few short moments, I have the House of Juicy Couture. The House of Juicy Couture. I had to say it twice, child. Now, the House of Juicy Couture, they are the season 3 winners on HBO Max's Legendary. Now, Legendary is a ball competition. Now, if you don't know what ball competition is, darlings, make sure that you stay tuned because I'm going to be unpacking all of their milestones and pivotal moments. And trust me, you will want to go to a ball. You're going to research it. When I saw them, I've been watching Legendary season 1, season 2, season 3. This season, the House of Juicy Couture introduced us to a whole new scene, the KeKe scene. I'm not going to give it away because I want them to explain everything. I'm totally excited. How do you know that you're excited? Because, child, it is in the morning, the early morning, and it got me wearing sequins, child. Sequins is usually for late night, but I done bust out the sequins at 8 a.m. in the morning, okay? That's how you know when you have amazing guests, such as the House of Juicy Couture, darling, you have to dress to impress, okay? So make sure that you stay tuned. I want to give a quick shout out. Oh, wait, before I do that, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to every Sanya On-Air streaming platform. Sanya On-Air streams on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Buzzsprout, Alexa, Stitcher, Castbox, you name it, Sanya On-Air is there. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that little notification button so that every time I upload an all new Sanya On-Air celebrity interview, you'll hear that ding sign, and then you'll know, darling, you better share this with your friends, share this with your family, because I have another great show for you. So hit the subscribe button, okay? Okay, so we have to make sure that great content lives. We really have to make sure that you are supporting great content. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Podcast. Now, Podcast, you can follow them on Instagram, okay? But Podcast really helped me in an amazing way recently. They had a giveaway. Money giveaway. So, child, I entered. I entered. Woo! I entered. I entered and I won. I'm not going to tell you how much I won because I already got people calling me talking about can they borrow some money because their light bill ain't paid, their cell phone bill about to get cut off, and their baby daddy left them. Not my problem, because the money that I won from Podcast, it went into Sanya On-Air, okay? You see the virtual studio? Okay. You see the sequins that I wore for today's guest? Darling, it ain't cheap. Okay. So huge shout out, major shout out to Podcast. All right. So once again, the House of Juicy Couture, they just set season 3 on fire. Have you ever been in a competition with someone and they just win every doggone thing? And you're just looking at them like, can I win something? Can I win a smile award? No. The House of Juicy Couture, they ate everyone up. And they didn't even leave any crumbs. No crumbs were left on the ball floor. None at all, darling. They swept the crumbs and they took it with them. I don't know how they did it. They just had so much energy, so much creativity. And I just want to find out, how did you do it? What was your secret? Okay, because it was competitive. You had houses competing from all over the world. Now I'm going to be talking, throwing out some terms. I just threw out ball. I threw out houses. They also introduced a new term that I had no idea, KiKi. You're going to find out what all of those terms mean, okay, from the House of Juicy Couture. I'm going to leave the explanations up to them because, child, you say something, you might offend a demographic. You don't want to do that. Lizzo. Have you heard about the whole Lizzo fiasco? She said the word spaz in one of her songs. And darlings, the UK, they came in, the whole country, The whole country just came in and said, no, 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 no. It's too early for this shit. But I'm going to do it. But anyway, the UK came in and they told Lizzo, no, that is a derogatory term. The word spaz is offensive to people having seizures. But my question is, don't nobody have a problem over there with using the word fag to talk about a cigarette? Lizzo, you are an American artist. Use the American lingo. I mean, the other countries, we're not just trying to please everyone. You can't please everyone. You cannot please everyone. Try it. Do a science project. You know how when you were in school and you had to do these boring science projects? Do that as a science project. For 1 week straight, see if you can please everyone. Let me know what happens. I'll attend your funeral because you're probably going to die trying because it's exhausting. It is so exhausting. This is why I've learned to say no. And I'm going to have a message for you all at the end of this show. But we're going to take a few short commercial breaks. Is it time for a commercial break yet? Wait. Before we do a commercial too, I already told you to subscribe. Make sure that you do that. But I also have amazing billboard space available in 51 cities across the United States of America where you won't offend anyone. Okay? So if you want to increase your brand's visibility, or if you just have a major announcement that you want to make, or if you want to just see your damn self on a billboard, hit your girl up. Why don't you email me? Email me at SanyaHudson@SanyaOn-Air.net. You should know how to spell my name. It is in the show's title. But for those of you who had a public school education, I did, but you know, maybe didn't have the best teachers like I did. It's Sanya. So make sure that you email me at SanyaHudson@SanyaOn-Air.net. Now, the billboard that I have available, one of them, as I told you, they are available in 51 cities across the United States of America, is located on 42nd Street on top of Madame Tussauds and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Where they do that at? Who can offer you visibility like that? I'll wait. No one. Nobody, baby. Why am I singing so much? It is early. I think it's the sequence. Let it rain. It's the sequence. Just a glittering, bouncing off the lights. Disco fever. It's too early. It is too early. But Juicy Couture, the House of Juicy Couture, is going to be joining us in just a few short moments. So make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you share this with your family and friends and the enemies too. I always like to throw the enemies, you know, a little glow. So share with everybody, your mama and them, your cousins, your grandma, everybody. Just make sure that you share this content. I was going to go into another spiel because I was really going to tell you all just about, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, just making sure that great content lives. So I definitely need all of your support. I need your support. Please share this on your page. Share this with your friends. Like it. Leave a message. Watch it so that I can get those views up. Okay? So we're going to take a few short commercial breaks. And we'll be right back, darlings, with Sanya On-Air and the House of Juicy Couture. It's too much. But you love it. Instacart. Order groceries for delivery or pickup today using the special Sanya On-Air link. It's easy to shop. Select items from your favorite grocery store at instacart.com or in the app. Personal shoppers pick up your items with care. You can even chat with them as they shop and manage your order. Pick a convenient time for you and voila! Have your groceries delivered the same day. 100% quality on every order. You can also pay with EBT SNAP on Instacart and select retailers and get free grocery delivery or pickup on your first 3 orders of $35 or more EBT orders. Offer ends May 30th, 2022. This ad contains affiliate links and I will be compensated if you make a purchase clicking on my links. How else can you support? Cash App. Cash App me at $SanyaHudson. That's SanyaHudson. Are you the only one that's joining me today?
But no, Lolita is definitely joining. I think something's wrong with her phone. I don't know.
Okay, so we'll just wait a few moments. But how are you?
I'm blessed. I literally just woke up like maybe 15 minutes ago because I'm on LA time right now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the only one who lives in LA from the group.
Oh, wow.
And I'm literally flying back and forth. I just got back from Philadelphia. Like maybe 5 hours ago. So I'm like,
what experience?
The jet lag is getting to me so bad right now.
But I would have never known because as soon as you joined the screen, I mean, your energy, went through the camera. So, darling, you did good. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely woke up in good spirits, honey.
I see that, but you got me wearing sequins early in the damn morning. So.
Look, honey, I said I wanted to get real fabulous, but I said, look, I don't woke up in 15 minutes. I had to do boom, boom, boom. I said, let me just throw on mine. Let me represent for the girls. Let me know.
You're representing. I'm representing with the sequence. Okay, we're good.
I'm here for it. You're giving me animal queendom.
Oh,
yes, definitely animal queendom. I'm here for it. Is that Lolita?
We're good. I'm a lioness, okay?
Yes, I'm here for it. Yes.
Well, let's get started. I am so happy to have both of you here on Sanya On-Air today. My daughter's in the background. She wanted to go shopping, but she said, I'm going to hold off because she's been stalking your Instagram pages. She is in love. So before we do anything, can you just please tell my daughter, Bria, hello?
Hey, Bria. Hi, Bria. We love you too.
That just made her day. You gonna go shopping now? Yeah. So we were both tuned in, not only to season 3, but season 1, 2, and 3 of HBO Max's Legendary. And when I tell you both that you ate and you did not leave any crumbs, and whatever crumbs were there, you swept them motherfuckers off the floor. So tell us, why did you choose Legendary? Why did you join the cast?
Oh, me, you want to go? Well, it was kind of, honestly, it was destined. We actually were not supposed to be a part of the team, like a part of the cast this go around, but just they fought for us to be on here, and it actually just came to us and sat in our lap. So it was just destined. And even with me being on the first season, like to come back again on the third season and just really just kill it with my family, like it was amazing. So it just happened beautifully. Divine timing.
Yes, but that shows that you were ready, because that's what, luck means, when preparation just meets the opportunity, but you showed up and you showed out. So for my audience who isn't familiar with ball, what is the ballroom scene? Define that for my audience.
So I feel like the ballroom scene is definitely a space for the LGBT community, queer, whoever you are, trans, to come to a safe space to express themselves in any form. Like it can be movement, it can be fashion, it could be your realness, just you selling who you are, just being who you are, just being confident in who you are, and giving each other a space to be comfortable in it. So for me, I feel like the ballroom is about love and family.
Got it.
What we shown definitely on the show.
Yes.
Period.
Well, family, were you familiar with any other houses prior to joining the cast this season?
Yes, actually.
We definitely were. I don't know if you're familiar with Zenith. He was a LaBeija. He's actually a Juicy. Cotton, who was the Demorvicide, he's a Juicy. Giselle, Gigi Revlon, who's from Paris, she's a Juicy. Wow. So our family was just storming the stage. Like we knew mostly everybody. Probably we knew them.
Yeah, I knew like definitely like old people like that's legendary and he seemed like Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I was most shocked to see on the show because I was like I looked up to him as a Vogue femme and
Mm.
I was like, oh my God, like, it's real competition in the show.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say too much, but I didn't think it was much competition, is all I want to say. Gagging. The girls are gagging.
Darling, there was no competition. And it's so difficult because how do you shut your friends down with grace? The only thing to do is just shut them down.
Yeah.
It's like if you want the money, it's like we can't be friends until after the show.
Exactly. And that's the type of time we were on. It was given very much that, like,
Yes.
hey, we're here to win, we're here to do what we gotta do, and it's not taking any prisoners. We have to be ready to win.
And you were ready to win and win, you definitely did. But with all of the personalities in the group, what was your secret to winning and being the superior house? What was it, 5 times in season 3?
5.
Secret?
Well, 6, with the grand prize.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we all got our own little trophy. That's the thing. We each got a superior trophy. And then at the end, we got the grand one. So, I would honestly say the secret would be just really trusting one another. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out what our strengths and weaknesses were and really just laying out the format of what it was that we had to do. And everyone really much played their part. And we're just so thankful just for Father Day because he was like the orchestrator, like, Lolita, you're good at this, and like Brooklyn, do this, DYU, do this, Kamai, do this, I'm gonna do this. So we all really just played our part and what we were our strengths in, and it just worked like magic.
That's a gem right there because some people just don't know how to stay in their own lane. So I'm glad that you all played to your strengths. You knew what your strengths are, and you just bodied it. I was sending you so much love. You have no idea. My daughter and I, we were watching it like it was the last show on earth.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Wow.
Competition. Out of every competition, what was your favorite category?
For me?
Yeah.
My favorite category was 3 Blonde Mice.
And
that was the runway category where myself, DYU, and Kamaya walked for the $10,000. Like,
yeah.
Nice. But what I also loved about each of your performances, and you tell me if this was intentional, every performance had a clear message that's much needed. And I was surprised because you're all so young and messaging from a younger generation isn't kind of normal. So why was messaging so important in each of your competition categories?
Well, actually, we are young, thank you, but we're actually grown.
Right. I was
so,
to say, give it to her.
I'm a 90s baby, DYU's a 90s baby. Like, yeah, I'm 30. And with him at 30, what was it, 30, 29, 28, 27.
Yeah.
Then Brooklyn, who is 19.
Well, you're still
it's kind of like
27, so you're still young to me.
Yeah, so it was like we were just really big on sharing the message and getting that back out there because you don't see that anymore. Like you don't see people expressing their art through messages and just making sure that it's some intention behind it. Like that was like our biggest thing, making sure that it's intention. And we wanted to that's just what we're big on. Even with the founder, Courtney, she's big on intention. So it's kind of like one of those things where it starts from the top down, where we all have messages, but we all feel like it was just greater than us. Like we were on a mission. So we wanted to be very clear, not only for the KeKe scene, but for the world.
Yeah, like we definitely knew it was bigger than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, granted, Brooklyn's young, so like she's coming into this scene not knowing what level that of a platform that she's created for herself. And I had to like bring her to realization, like, Brooklyn, you're the next generation of like the face of the Vogue right now, so like you really gotta get it together. And so in the beginning, it was very rough for us to like, get together and work out the formula, as you heard Lolita say. But when we got it together,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But you briefly mentioned your house's founder. Now, if I recall correctly, the House of Juicy Couture was founded in 1989. Is that correct? Now, when the house mother created your house rules, now it is 2022. Have you like kind of respected and lived in the same house rules, or have you reinvented your own new house rules?
Nope. Same formula.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Same formula. We are really big on family, and we're super hard on ourselves. And with our founder, like everyone that's in the house, honestly, are underdogs. So with us being a house full of underdogs, we always have something to prove. And it's like she always instilled in us, it's what's for you, it's for you. It's bigger than y'all. Y'all have a mission. Y'all going to do what y'all got to do because it's bigger than you guys. Yeah. So that was just always the thing that we had in our head was like, it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. We got to do this for the KiKi scene. We got to do this for the House of Juicy Couture. We got to do this for the world. We have to do this for ourselves. So
got it. So you mentioned KiKi scene. So define that, because I want to go into another line of questioning. Exactly what is KiKi scene?
Me.
Because I dibbled and dabbled in the KiKi scene, but like I was more so in the mainstream scene.
Okay. So the KiKi scene is pretty much the baby of the ballroom scene. It's where all the youth to come and they pretty much train to be in the mainstream scene. So you have kids like 14, 16, 13, they'll come and they'll form where they'll be added in different houses and they'll train and have balls. And then once they are like, all right, they reach the status in the KiKi scene, they made their name, then that's when the mainstream ballroom scene will take the kids from the KiKi scene and they will take them into their houses and infrastructure and things like that. So it's pretty much like a starter kit to ballroom.
Got it. But is there any type of mutual respect between the KiKi houses and, let's say, the mainstream houses? Is there a mutual respect there? Or are you seen as, you know, oh, those are babies, we're really not taking them too seriously?
That one.
I definitely think it's a mutual respect.
Yeah.
I definitely, number one, feel like because it's still a family base, that the mainstream look at the KiKi scene as their kids, you know, as their, you know, or little brothers or sisters. So I still feel like it's always that family aspect of like, I'm going to definitely respect y'all because y'all the next generation to come to be us. So we want to show y'all the way, you know, so.
But it's also, the other side is also given.
A little shade.
It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky with the main scene and KiKi scene, honestly, because like I said, it's a mock. It's not a mock, but it's another scene replicating the mainstream ballroom scene. So the KiKi scene be on fire. The energy is hot. The kids are just it's just a whole nother vibe. So you come from the mainstream scene and then you see in the KiKi scene, a lot of mainstream people want to come to KiKi scene because it's on fire. It's
right.
lit. It's whole energy. So it's the 50-50.
Yeah, it's definitely lit, and I wish I was there last night. I saw Brooklyn. I think she was giving them fever and voguing last night in the Village, and I was like 2 blocks away from where she was. And if I would have checked her Instagram like the stalker I am, I would have seen her. But my next question is, you know, with the KiKi scene and the mainstream scene, we all know that there are certain institutions that like to profit off of the backs of others. Now, with shows like Pose and Legendary, do you think that they are really pouring into mainstream houses or KiKi houses, or are they just profiting off of the culture?
Me personally, I feel like they are. I feel like now the way ballroom is right now, it's like a super phenomenon. So it's kind of like one of those things where it works hand in hand. Like, not only are they profiting, but they're also putting money in our pockets as well and letting us be able to be the curators that's curating things. They're allowing us to direct video shoots that incorporate ballroom and stuff like that. So I don't want to look at it as a negative thing because we're all working together and we have been fighting. Like, our ballroom ancestors have been fighting for this, for this to happen, for us to have a seat at the table. So it's like now that it's here, we're like ready and we're like ready to take off.
I love the expansion of it. I love the
Yeah.
direction that this is going because the only point of reference that I ever had was Paris is Burning. And now, you know, with the emergence of shows like Legendary, now in season 3, and Pose, I am just so in awe of how the culture is really getting its own voice and
Yes.
it's clearly getting more visibility and a
Yes.
better understanding. It's all love. I am so proud of you all. But let's just talk about your individuality. So, the father of the house, Day, styling. When will you get back into styling, or are you still in the world of styling and fashion?
Well, he's definitely in the works. I'm not gonna say, you know, too much, but he might be creating something.
Huh?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll just leave it
He
at
was
that.
definitely in charge of most of our looks for the show as well. So it was his spin on styling and things and stuff like that. Like I said, everyone had their strengths. So he was not only was he good with choreography, but he also had that eye like that's how we should look. That let's use these references from these designers and let's use these colors. So he definitely did his thing on the show.
You can tell when I found out that Day came from a world of styling, and then I watched the show. I said, okay, so now I understand why they always look so amazing with their costumes. I was able to put one and one together and get two. Public school education, okay. So let's talk about you, Miss Lolita. The music and all that. What's going on with the music now?
Man, with my music right now, I'm really working on a project I'll be releasing very soon. I'm just honestly taking a dive into it. Like I feel like being on the show was just like it really popped my music cherry because I really carried on the show. Like I went in. I feel like that was the most I ever went in with music because I just allowed myself to just be free and see what I can do with no limitation. So with that happening now, it's like music videos. I've been working on some different sounds, different songs, and really just curating that ballroom sound because I feel like it's time for that. And shout out to Drake because he just dropped a house album that we see what you're doing, Drake, and we love you for that. Thank you. You are making way for the house dance ballroom girls, and we appreciate you. So, yes.
I gotta take a listen to that. Now, you know, I did say I had a public school education, so you're gonna have to help me with your name. Is it DYU Juicy? Is that your name?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my real name is Divine, but I just go on the show as DYU because most people in the scene know me. And so I have this song called Do You Understand that was created for me by Kevin Jay-Z Prodigy. And so I just felt like I didn't want people to be calling me Do You Understand? So I was like, let me just cut these words down to DYU.
I like that.
Yeah.
I can do an acronym for Leave Me the Fuck Alone. Let me see what that'll spell. That's how I'm feeling for 2022.
Okay.
So now that the House of Juicy Couture won season 3 of HBO Max's Legendary, what's next for the House of Juicy Couture?
Well, definitely that Dolce & Gabbana shoe.
Ooh.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, child. Did it start or no?
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
When it comes.
Wow. So what will this be like? Billboard ads, magazine? What does this exactly entail? The Dolce & Gabbana shoot.
So right now, all we definitely know is that it's an online campaign.
Okay. Nice.
That's number one. But you always know how things are. They always be like, it's this, and then it's this, and then it's this, and then it's this. So that might be some other things. I'm just going to say what was announced on the show. Online campaign, because that's definitely coming.
Got it. Now let's talk about some of the judges briefly. I lived for judges, KeKe Palmer, Law Roach, and Leiomy. What I also liked was whenever they had disagreements amongst the judges, they settled it in such a very nice manner. Whenever they had disagreements, did you as contestants feel that vibe or no?
You know, it was always 50-50 for me. You know, like it was a lot of realness. I definitely feel like this season, like they were judging fairly because like we were bringing a lot. We just brought the show to another standard, to be honest. And I just feel like The girls wasn't. They weren't giving what they should have gave.
Yeah.
They
And
were-
they also gave
It's
us
no
a criteria.
shade.
Yeah. They also gave us a criteria too. Like every episode we had to incorporate the 5 elements. Like that was just number 1. So it was kind of like once we knocked those elements off, that was a check mark on the box.
Right.
Once we really took heed and understood what the challenge was, like if the challenge was soft and cunt, we made sure we got soft and cunt out of the way. We just made sure that we checked off all the boxes to make sure that the judges don't have any room to say anything about what we did wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, if you paid attention to the show, it's like the last episode, we gave the girls the formula. Like Day like literally pointed to each judge and said, "We looked at you, KiKi, and we gave you, theatricals. Leiomy, we gave you the voguing. Law, we gave you the looks. Jamila, we gave you the gag moments." So it was like we literally gave the girls the structure to how to do this.
Yeah, it did seem for me when it came to judging that maybe some of it was just for television. For example, for me, I was surprised with the House of Machiavelli. They didn't give what was supposed to be given with the categories, but yet and still they battled it out and it was able to make it to the next round. I didn't quite understand that. What was the vibe amongst the other houses when it came to the House of Machiavelli, always losing the challenges, but was able to make it to the next episode? What did you feel about that?
Well, in ballroom, that's just how ballroom works, okay? So if you have a category, you walk the category, you get your 10s, and you win that category, it's cut off.
Okay.
So it's not really accumulation of, they did good in their performance, so we're going to give it to them because they did good in their performance. No, you did good in your performance or you did bad in your performance, but if you come back and battle it out and you do good in your battle, you take it home. So that's just what ballroom is. And it was honestly real. Like everything that was going on the stage was real. Like everyone came at their most authentic, vulnerable selves.
Mm-hmm.
And we just didn't want to be fake about it. Like we really brought ballroom to TV, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you took it to a whole new level. I really looked at the House of Juicy Couture. You were the only ones on my radar because I was like the other houses, I kind of had seen that before. The energy was through the roof. The costumes were so whimsical and creative. And you can tell that there was synergy and love amongst your house. And I think that those ingredients is what kept you, superior houses for 6 episodes. Now, what judge would you like to see join Legendary?
I would like to see Teyana Taylor join.
I didn't think about that.
Yes. We actually thought that she was going to be on the show. Until they showed up with KiKi. We were like, okay, KiKi, let's see what you're about to do. Because Teyana Taylor, she's that ballroom essence. She's that girl. So she's been around a girl. So we would think, all right, she'll be perfect for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like KeKe Palmer as
I love her.
I just didn't see the connection with ballroom scene and KeKe. And some of her, opinions and feedback after every single competition, it wasn't deep enough for me. I was just looking for more. So yeah, Teyana Taylor would be a good fit because she comes from that ballroom scene. Anyone else that you think would be a good judge?
We really enjoyed Bob the Drag Queen.
Oh,
like when Bob was on there, he was like, doing his notes. He was saying, "Well, I feel like that." We were like, "Yeah, Bob, come on, you need to sit at the table."
Yeah. Got the vibe. Like he just knew just the feeling of ballroom.
Yeah.
Like he was judging from the feeling. And I was like, yes, he's being genuinely honest. This is how it should be judged.
Yeah. And I'm familiar with Bob the Drag Queen from RuPaul's Drag Race. I live for that show too. Now, if you were invited to be a judge or a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, would you take advantage of the opportunity?
Oh yes.
Woo!
Well, yeah, DYU. I would rather be a judge for the night.
Okay, let's.
But DYU, he's there to get drags on
because
the show,
if we can, we had to split that 100K. If I can get 100K to myself, I want to get a ticket. Let's do it.
So, not to be counting your coins, what did you all do with the money? And let me borrow $5.
Yo, Well, for me, I am totally investing in my music career. Like, that is number one for me. Like, when I won the show, the first season, I got my money and I invested in a music video and it went crazy. So it's like, okay, now that I see that I have the coin, it's like, I'm going to be investing in that and also investing in opening up some businesses and just, I need residual income at this. Okay. Like,
because I want to sleep late.
Okay.
Now, what about you, DY? What did you do with your?
I'm literally full blown dance career. Like, I was a dancer before I came into the ballroom scene. So like, I'm full blown like putting everything into like my dance career. I'm trying to start, not right now, but like this is my ending goal is my dance school. But right now, you know, I've been doing like assistant choreography, maybe some things coming out on MTV coming soon. You know, yeah, like I'm working on some things, doing some music videos that haven't came out yet. It's like I'm putting full blown investment into just all of my dance stuff. I'm doing all of my photo shoots I have lined up, and it's just so much, so much.
Love it. I love it. Well, you all better chasse pas de bourrée, okay? And just do it. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to share with my audience?
Lolita?
I would like to share, you guys, follow me on Instagram at Lolita Leopard Baby. It's right here. I don't know. Yeah. It's right here. I have some amazing things coming up. Just be on the lookout for me. Music. I'm here to change the game. And just be on the lookout for me. Just stream all my music on all my streaming platforms. Lolita Leopard. I got Crossover out right now. I have Evolution out right now. Go stream that right now. And let's have a ball.
Yeah, and maybe even a song for me and Lolita. Gag. Period. Yeah, let's talk about it. But yeah, also guys, follow me on Instagram. I have two pages because I had got hacked at one point. But my main page is Devon_DYU. That's DAVON_DYU. But my other page is Legendary DYU. And also, yeah, stay tuned because I'm working, honey. So stay tuned for videos.
Yes.
Maybe tours. Who knows?
I love it. I think I saw on your Instagram page, the House of Juicy Couture, there is a ball, I think, in New York City on June 30th. You might see me there. If I'm coming, I'll definitely, holler at you all because I want to meet you in person, give you a big hug because I'm in love. Love. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy your Saturday and it's Juneteenth because we's free now.
Okay. Also, I do want to put out there too, Kamaya is having a ball on July 1st. It's the Playhouse Ball. If you want to come to that and see us, we're definitely going to be storming that ball.
Okay, I'm there. Yeah. My daughter and I.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You just made my heart full. You put a smile on my daughter's face. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. So there you have it. The House of Juicy Couture, Season 3 winners on HBO Max, Legendary. Weren't they just a full gag? A full... I loved speaking with them. Their energy was infectious. As Legendary DYU Juicy said, child, he's out in LA. A lot of my celebrity guests, LA is the world of celebrity. So they are 3 hours behind. I am on New York City time. So for him to just be looking so effervescent, that just speaks volumes to his commitment. Special shout out to Lolita. Once you watch Legendary Lolita, she slayed the femme category. I meant to mention that, but we just got into a conversation and it just flowed. So make sure that you follow the House of Juicy Couture. Make sure you follow each individual member because each of them just has a different story. Each of them are working on different genres of the culture, but combined, it is just explosive. Like I told you, they shut down just about every single category, every single episode of competition. They won just about. There was no competition. It was just like a what do you call it? Just a showcase. It was a showcase for everyone else. But what I didn't know is those other houses, some of those houses also contained a member of Juicy Couture. So they were basically competing against their family. But those other members who were in those other houses, child, you should have just stayed with your own house. You should have stayed with your own house. But their family love was so evident. It really was. So, like I mentioned at the onset of the show, make sure that you subscribe to every Sanya On-Air streaming platform. Sanya On-Air streams on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Alexa, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Music, you name it. Sanya On-Air is there. All you have to do is type in Sanya On-Air. That's SANYA on ON-AIR. And you can just find just about every single episode. Make sure that you also, if you're doing your grocery shopping, use my Instacart shopping code, receive a major discount. Now they didn't won on Legendary. You can cash at me. I haven't been on a competition, but you can cash at me at SanyaHudson. And also make sure that you email me, Sanya@SanyaOnAir.net, if you want to increase your brand's visibility with an amazing digital billboard. And those who secure a digital billboard, I also throw in an amazing prize. I won't tell you what it is, because if I tell you what it is, people will just be contacting me. Just, you know, and I'll just go ahead and do it. If you secure a digital billboard through Sanya On-Air, I throw in a free trip. A free trip sometimes to Mexico, sometimes to Dubai, sometimes to Brazil, sometimes to Florida. Who want a trip? Who want a billboard? Make sure you email me, Sanya@SanyaOnAir.net. I think that's it. I'm gonna go through my notes. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to end this with a message, and I started it off at the beginning of the show. My message is: do not be afraid to say no. Do not be afraid to say no. I know that it can be challenging. It can be uncomfortable, but imagine if you say yes. Imagine if you say yes to something that you really wanted to say no to, and then you end up doing it, and you didn't want to do it in the first place, so you are resentful, you're angry, you know, high blood pressure, you might have a stroke. Don't do that, darling. Just tell these people no and be okay with it. Be okay. Be confident. Be comfortable saying no. How about if I sing it one more time and I'm going to close out this show? I ain't going to do that. Thank you so much for watching Sanya On-Air. Smooches, dolls. Take care.